Hey guys, how are we all? I hope you're all doing really well. I have one day to go. One more day in hotel quarantine. I have to keep a lid on it. I'm getting really excited, but the more excited I get, the slower the time goes. So, trying to stay calm. But thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. If you have any tips, feedback, or things that you would like to hear from me, please comment, and I would love to hear from you. In this episode, the first episode of my YouTube series or podcast, whatever I end up turning it into, it's still an open book for me. I'm still finding my feet, I'm still being vulnerable and being nervous and all that kind of stuff. But the first thing that I wanted to talk about is finding your truth. And it's something that's pretty real, pretty relevant to me right now. As you probably know, I've just retired from professional cycling. Road cycling's been a part of my life for a good 8 to 10 years. And it's very different for me to be sitting here talking into a camera about how I've retired now. I had a very different vision in my mind for my career. But over time, I found my truth through pushing myself through challenges and really putting myself in that vulnerable position where I'm, stripped back of all of the people, and I'm just sitting there with myself thinking, like, what is it that I want to do, and exploring that. I've been all around the world. I'm 25 and I've travelled the world, and I'm so grateful for what cycling brought me. And it brought me just that experience and knowing myself. And I wasn't able to do this if I wasn't challenged. So I think pushing yourself is such an important part of finding out who you are as a person. And if you're not challenging yourself, you're staying in the same spot, you can't grow. Like, yes, there will be growth, there will be incremental growth, but you won't get those big, satisfying leaps in personal development that you get if you challenge yourself and you push yourself. And there were some times where it was really crap and I didn't like what I was doing, and I didn't like who I was in those times, and it really was like this conflict in my heart. But it's not until now that I knew how to listen to that, and it's not until I experienced it and learnt and grew through that process that I learnt the tools to know how to listen to it. So I can sit here and tell people to, find their why and find what their true purpose is and their true values, but it takes time. It takes time with yourself and space to create that stripping back of the noise of society and everyone else's opinions, and because everyone will give you one. If you ask, everyone's going to give you an opinion of what they think about you or what they think you should do, but it's truly in here. After a lot of self-analyzing and really punishing myself for how I was feeling, worried about hurting other people, worried about what everyone else was going to think. But once I really listened to my heart and what I truly wanted, and letting go was a really, really hard thing for me to do. But after doing that, I felt like it was the right decision for me, and that really opened the door and sparked a process of me leaning into more and more things that felt right and trusting myself and not worrying about what everyone else is thinking. Because when you trust yourself and you work from that space of, the higher being and the higher self, you end up having better conversations, better relationships, because people are drawn to who you truly are, and you're drawn to people like yourself who are being authentic and being genuine, and the quality of your relationships just skyrockets, and the people that you end up meeting are incredible. And if you're like me and you absolutely love human connection, then living by that true self, and stop trying to just please everyone and put on this mask of what you think everyone else wants you to look like, because you've collected all of their opinions and you've developed this this perfect little picture, or this false sense of self that you're projecting out into the world. Get rid of that. Go inside and figure out who you really are, and start to express that into the world, and you just attract the most amazing things to yourself. Like, I was so worried in the past about letting go of cycling that I thought superficial crap, like I would lose followers on Instagram, or some of my friends wouldn't like me anymore, or my family would be disappointed. But it's all crap. It's not true. It's the complete opposite. They're seeing me show up as my true self, and they just love me for it, and that's sounds cliche, but it's truly what it is. It's love. It's unconditional love, and true relationships have that. And when you show up as your true self, you're showing unconditional love for yourself, and that's super powerful. So I hope that some of you at least are resonating with what I'm saying. And if you have any comments, or you want to share anything, or you have any questions about what you would like to hear from me, then please send me a message or comment, and I would love to hear from you. So hope you're all safe and healthy, and much love.